Good afternoon, guys. This is Scuba Chris over here at Chocolate Beach. I'm going to do a quick review on the Shimano Ultegras. All right, normally I would use my Contour Roam 3, but I have my iPhone. Those iPhones do a pretty good job in taking pictures as well as quick videos. All right, and today I'm going to be weighing our units, so I have a weigh scale with me. So what I'm going to talk about are three of the Shimano Ultegras, the 5500 CI4, the 10,000 and the 14,000. These units I use heavily for dunking from shore, which means surf casting, whipping from the beach with weighted lines with bait. All right, now the first one I want to show is my favorite. This is the Ultegra 5500, but this is the CI4 model. It's the 5500, which equals to roughly the size of an 8,000 size Shimano spinner. All right, what makes this reel unique, it has what is called a line layering system. So it packs the line very close together, so when you throw the line out, it comes out smoother with less resistance. And because I want to get more on my cast, I use braid. This one has 50-pound braid in it. Okay, so let's weigh this unit. I have my weigh scale here. Put it on the scale. It says 455 grams. We'll convert that over to pounds. Exactly 1 pound. Okay, that's with the line in it. It weighs only 1 pound or 455 grams. So let's look at the box. This is the box that it came in. All right, it says here it's supposed to, the unit by itself will weigh 440 grams. So that tells you the difference on the with the weight of the line in it. It's still very, very light, and I will put the stats on in the description of this video to give you an idea what all three units look like together. Second unit we got, this is the Ultegra 10,000. Kind of a beastie reel here. Okay, love this one. This one I put on a Daiwa Ballistic, and the reason I use a Daiwa Ballistic because the Daiwa Ballistic has 2 spines, so you can put on a spinner to hold it underneath, or put on a conventional on the top. So it has a spine on the top and the bottom when they made this rod. Okay, so this reel here is, we go by the box, which is right here for the 10,000. This reel here is 623 grams. So you figure you're going to add on roughly about another 15 to 20 grams more for the line. Now, what I want to show you on this is the breakaway cannon. Notice that the breakaway cannon is mounted on the side, right? It's not mounted here. It's mounted off on the side, and I'm right-handed. So when I hold this, see, instead of this unit being in the middle, it's offset to the side. Notice that? So what happens when it's offset to the side, it'll come off cleaner with less resistance. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. For less resistance means that you're going to get a lot further cast using the breakaway cannon. When I put load on the cannon, meaning when I use braid and I have baits on it, I take 2 wraps around the cannon. If I'm going lighter with like plugs, I just take 1 wrap. So you just wrap it once or twice, move, see the triggering mechanism, move it down. And this is an extension right here. This is an extension of your index finger. So when you release your index finger, it's the same idea as releasing the line. So if you, this will save you on braid cuts. I've never got one myself, but I don't want to, so that's why I got it. Every Shimano reel I have, which is mostly Ultegras, I do have quite a few Shimano reels. I have each one paired with a breakaway cannon. This is really worth it. All right. My last one that I have is this gigantic 14,000. This is the black one, the pure pitch black one. They call this the 14,000 matte black, not jet black. Even though it is jet black, they call this the matte black edition. This is very popular in Europe, where guys want to get heavy baits all the way out as far as they can, and it's usually carpers. The carp fishermen really love this reel. They get some huge distances using this reel. Now this one here, I put on 50-pound mono, and I have 50-pound braid as my backing. All right, but the top shot is 50 mono, and the reason I do that is because of all my spinners, I slide with this. So you know, when you slide, you do need monofilament rather than braid. All right, so we go look up what the weight is of that one on that box here. It's it's not on the outside of the box, but I will put it in the description. When I go home and I make the description showing all the stats of all the reels, I will put it on. Now, what makes these reels so special is because the line layering system. It layers the line next to each other. So what happens is that when you cast it out, it's coming off cleaner. It's not, instead of going up down real fast, it's going slow. And that means you're going to be getting a hell of a lot of distance. All my Ultegras, I'm getting 100 yards average. Or actually, I've done it 20 times and I averaged 105 yards. And I'm not that great of a caster, okay? I'm okay. But 105 yards a cast, that's pretty impressive. So I would strongly recommend getting these reels because it's really worth it. You know, basically you want to get it out as far as you can to deeper water. Certain species do run the shoreline. You have to know what species they are. Like in Hawaii, we have the thread fins, which we call moi. They run the shoreline. So sometimes only a 30 or 50 foot cast is all you need. But generally, if you want to get further out there, you want this type of reel. Okay. So at the end of the day, when I'm done, what I do is I bring a water bottle with me. All right. And what I do is I spray it down. I spray down my reels and my rod. And the reason why I do that is because I'm away from a fresh water source. That gives time for salt to penetrate and get into places you don't want it to get into and dry up. So I use the water bottle. It does get rid of quite a bit of the salt. You'd be amazed by how much you can actually get rid of. And by the time I get home, I don't hit it hard with a water hose because that's going to drive the salt into all the nooks and crannies. What I do is I put it in the shower when I'm in the shower, and I take a nice warm shower. And that warm water, because of the temperature, will permeate all the nooks and crannies of the reel a lot better. And trust me, I've been doing this for years. I never once, not once, took my reel in for surfacing for anything. I've kept very good care of my equipment. I look after it. I service my own by greasing, and I've never had to replace anything because I take care of my equipment. This is something you may want to do because you spend all this type of money into your equipment. You don't want to go and buy spend $200-300 to buy another reel in another year or two. I've had these reels, but this one here is my newest one. I got this last year. My other ones, the 10,000, the 5,500, I've gotten those 2 years ago, and it's been performing very well. Okay, I think that's it with everything I have here. I have my trusty red wagon in the back. I use that only for coming down to on-site locations like here to take quick videos